What is going on, my baboon brothers, my simian sisters? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we're going to be examining another wild, lively game. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had intrusive thoughts about Kindle's high society and what wonky trades you can get from it? I'm talking about the forbidden trades that you wouldn't dare do with any other CO. Like perhaps an infantry on a city attacking a recon. Or dare I say it, the most forbidden of all, battlecopter on a city attacking an anti-air. Well, fear not. We have some of those wild trades in this baboon brawl. The shit will start flying, let me tell you that. So, anyway, this game took place on the map Lead Them With Kindness. I mean, that kind of sounds like something you see out of a hipster cafe when you order like a mocha matcha magenta placenta venti grande for $24. And it says lead with kindness on the little chalkboard outside the cafe, but the barista is the most insufferable, terrible specimen of a human being possible. So that's what the name reminds me of. Anyway, it's an interesting map. It's kind of a 2 base versus 1 base sort of setup. You can shift to the middle, but most of the contested properties are going to be the ones right next to the base and the ones in the middle. The HQ is pretty safe back there, but it is a medium to higher income map. It is 23k per side, all things created equal, and you will have your typical 1 base and 1 airport. Base rush is a bit of a threat, but typically it's going to be 1 in the middle. You push hard, maybe you can flip the comm tower and get all these little center cities. So a little bit less of a base rushing map, even though it is a 2 base versus 1 base over here. I kind of enjoyed this map. I actually haven't played on it myself, but I've seen a few games on it, and they typically seem to be not stally at all. So, and typically when it comes to games that aren't stally and that have more of a 2 base versus 1 base dynamic, usually the day-to-day COs shine, like Kindle, Kindle, Von Bolt, Max, whereas the global damage COs like Hawk, Drake, Olaf don't fare quite as well. They prefer the battle royale type where everything's mirrored, and then you can just, if they have a threat, you can respond to the threat in kind. If they have a threat there, you can respond. But if it's asymmetrical and they have 2 base versus 1 base, you can't really reply to the same threat. So because it is a 2 base versus 1 base sort of matchup, I do like the day-to-day COs here, like Max, a little bit better. In fact, I looked at the statistics on this map, and Olaf has a sub 40% win rate on this map. Meanwhile, Max has an 80% win rate. Then Kindle has a 60% win rate. Personally, looking at this map, I kind of like Max the best, and then maybe Kindle after that, and then Olaf. But maybe that's just personal preference. But I do like this matchup. I think it can be a lot of fun. The players, they're around 1,000 live league game. Jack Lehman is like one of the best players of all time in Fog. But he's getting his bearings in standard right now. He's particularly in live league, so he's a bit of a learning curve right now. He's still a very strong player, don't get me wrong, but he's not quite as high level as he is in Fog. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin this game and get to the weird stuff. Am I right? Anyway, so in the bottom, in the teal boys, we have Jack Lim in the top. We have Sweet Danger Zach. The Zach attack. The Zach attack is back. He's ready for a snack. So, instead of going for the back safe double cap, going for a forward over here, I don't really know about this. Honestly, I'd probably go for the back cap. Why would I go for the back cap? Because then you can shift to the airport a little earlier. If you capture this, Teal is going to capture this later. This is not a property you can hold, really. You can't even interrupt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't even reach this to interrupt. Teal is going to get these properties 100%. You're going to need to be fighting over these properties. I would focus more on the middle over here, like holding these and these. And these back ones, rather than you're not holding that. You're definitely not holding any of these. So I probably would have gone back there or shifted to the center and try to get the comm tower a little bit earlier, perhaps. That's just me, though. We'll see how it works out for both of them. I'm sure it'll work out well. So no early recons. People be chilling, yo. People be chilling. I don't really particularly love recons on this map. There's some roads in the center, but otherwise they seem a little bit underpowered. And super easy for a tank to just catch up with them. So first tank on the strong side by Olaf. This probably makes the most sense. It gets centralized. It can go to the center. It can go to the side over here. If Jack Lee or Sweet Danger, Zach and Jack. I'm gonna mix these up, aren't I? Zach and Jack are back. I don't even know what I was gonna say. But anyway, we have a mirror here from the tank. Instead of matching with the tank over here, I kind of like that. You know, you want to maintain pressure as Kindle. You want to get an income advantage earlier on. You want to be less focused on and mirror matching and more on finding weaknesses and being on the offensive, not only being reactionary, but also being proactive. So Jackley Man, smart man over here. He realizes, hey, I'm not going to be able to hold this. I'm backing up. And he's probably going to move his tank here and move his infantry over here in range. And then, honestly, he didn't even need to do this. Like, next turn, bring the tank here, capture this, and you just kill that for free. That's what you should do. I don't think he needed to interrupt his own cap for this right here. I think that's silly. Black is definitely not holding that property to begin with, or for in the end anyway, so I think that was a little silly. I don't think there's that's necessary in the slightest. Tank opts to not go over here, I guess because Jackley Man's been playing pretty well over on this side. He has pretty good awareness of what contested properties are and what they're not. So he's not going to take the bait. So far, everyone's been peaceful and happy. I still didn't like that attack by Jackley Man, but other than that, they're playing pretty decent on both sides. We have matched tanks. This is a really passive position for the tank, though. I would have preferred, like, if he's trying to front shift, bring it up here. I mean, that tank can't reach you over there anyway. I really just don't like that position for the tank. It seems really wimpy and just reactionary. In order to get to the higher levels of Advanced Wars, you need to create threats. You don't need to respond to threats only. You need to create threats, or else your opponent, you're going to play the game on your opponent's terms. That's the truth of it. If you always play reactionary, you're playing how your opponent wants you to play. So, see how that works out for him. And it brings it back over here. Now, Black's going to temporarily get this property. And it's going to be a little bit of annoyance. So, no one's got the comm towers yet, so we got a little bit low firepower. So no real battles yet. So it's going back and forth and back. And if you brought it over here, you could have attacked this and made the tank go like here to look. If you go here, the tank can't just go down here again. It has to go towards that property and cover both of them, creating a threat. So the tank goes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it has to go like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It cannot cover both of these properties. So if you have a well-positioned tank, you can threaten both of these properties while they cannot. If you put your tank here, or like, let's say right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or maybe even like here, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, I'm just saying it's possible to create threats and not be so reactionary. So instead, he's allowing the tank to do whatever the hell it wants. Really don't like that, but, you know, people got to start somewhere. So, tank now is being a little reactionary over there. No violence yet, though. People are chilling. I think, so far, okay, I like the artillery because you do want to put some pressure. There's a lot of annoying sea tiles and mountains. You can pile up a bunch of pressure. You put the artillery here, infantry here. You can and shellac that base. I mean, you could go for the base rush as Kindle. If you're going to base rush, Kindle's the CO to do it. Just take control of that base, and then the HQ will eventually fall. It's a little easier said than done, but it's not a bad move. And I hate this mech over here. I hate it. You should only be building mechs when you have an APC or a T-copter 99% of the time, unless you're at a forward base with like a bunch of mountains that are easily traversable that can bring in the front lines. A mech without transport support is a waste of money. You could have 3K, you could have 2K more. You build an infantry of 4,000, and honestly, like, I have a feeling this mech ain't gonna do shit. It just ain't gonna do shit. Wait till you have a T-copter later on, but even then, you usually want mechs early in the game, not later. I really hate mechs on this map, particularly from this base. Mechs from your weak base with no transportation support, just terrible. Hate that move. I liked everything else so far. Alas, we'll see how that mech does. I have a feeling not very well. And now Jackley getting a little cocky over here. I mean, okay, we'll see how that goes. I mean, this can be pretty brutal. He's going to double attack and cap right here if he wants to. Or a double attack and put the tank on top. And he's got an artillery, so if you try to attack it, or you just get a first strike there, boom, 4-8. Looking really good for Sweet Danger's Axel. He got a free first strike. And it looks like he was able to deny all the caps on the right side as well at the same time. They were a little greedy. But Jackley, man, the thing is, there's like a little sweet spot for attacking over here. The airport is not online yet. Hell, you can deny the airport, and that would be huge. Imagine denying the airport till you're fighting and fighting, pop an urban blight to delay it even further. But as soon as Jacqueline Man captures this airport, this is not going to be a fun place to fight because that's within airport range of every single B-copter. You're going to have too many units to keep fighting there long term. But before the airport is captured, it's actually not a bad spot to keep fighting over these contested properties. Deny this property here. Deny the airport if possible. I really like this awareness by Zach. He seems to know what he's doing pretty well relative to his ELO level, which I think he's a little bit higher than what it says, to be honest, from what I'm seeing. I don't know about this Jacqueline Man move with the 4 HP. I think I would have withdrew it even further. It seems like it's going to be a free hit. Like, you're just going to kill all of these things and then use your artillery. So we'll see how that works out. The mech is still not doing shit. Yep, first strike there. Finishes them off there. Artillery's not doing anything, I guess. So I guess, I might have been bold here. Like, what would I have done? You could put the artillery on top of the city. I mean, that's pretty bold. If you imagine putting the artillery on top of the city, you have to attack it. But then you can move it off the city and then attack with a tank. So it's like a decoy. You have to attack into the artillery on the city, but then you move off of the city, and then a tank attacks from the city as Kindle, and you're nearly one-shotting. So I would have preferred to see that artillery go on top of the city rather than being kind of a little wimp boy like that. That would have been really nice, actually, and it would have covered the tanks. I would have moved this one to attack from a different spot, though, like maybe right here. This one would attack from here. This one would attack from right there. 2 kills there. Artillery goes there. Infantry attacks there. Infantry goes there. Be beautiful. That'd be such a beautiful positioning. Sadly, does not see it. Just some other wonky attacks fighting at the base range of green, unfortunately for him. But gotta learn the lesson sometimes. So, gets 2 first strikes, and now that whole advantage that Zach built up from the first strikes is eroded completely because of the base range tank reaching immediately. And now Jacqueline Man's looking pretty good. Spamming out the tanks, triple tank and Tor Dreaded. Triple Tor Dread tanking. He will be getting the airport very soon now since the threat has been neutralized, so all of that hard work by Sweet Danger Zach has evaporated very quickly just by poor tank positioning, poor artillery positioning. Sadly, did not work out for him. But he does have the medium tank on the left side, excuse me. As well as an artillery. Zach is really loving the artillery, both on the strong side and the weak side. Really wants to lock down that property. It's not a terrible idea, I guess. I mean, he worked hard to keep it. He sacked a lot of infantry. So, it's not a terrible idea. Looks like Jacqueline Man's consolidating in the middle. He might even be trying to front shift or doing the same thing that Zach did over here. Over here. It's not a bad spot to attack, but remember the airport comes online, the battle copters are coming in, so you want to capture this probably. These are a little too far in to the base as well as to the airport, so you want to capture this property, which is probably one of the most contested properties on the map. See if you can pull it off with a well-timed Winter Fury. His artillery being very wimpy, very passive, same with the mech. Being a little too passive for a Kindle, honestly. He was nice and aggressive early, but now being very passive, I think, because he lost the battle over here from poor positioning. But that's not what you should be doing. So, if Olaf gets an advantage, or Olaf has a long time to store up value and store up units and get a really strong Winter Fury, it's not going to be looking good for you. So you want to keep brawling and brawling. But both of them have kind of a little bit of a detente. But there needs to be some brawling soon. Like I said, high society might be on the horizon soon. Ooh, that's a brutal break right there. Brutal break. Free tank hit. The artillery can follow. Ooh, yeah, he's back. Zach is back, baby. He ain't scared now. He's even got the freaky reek. I mean, this is so wimpy. I mean, can you break through that? That looks really dubious. You can strike the artillery here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he can kill this, I guess. Kill the infantry, break right through. In fact, he might just do that. Maybe, but then he gets a... it's still a little dubious. So maybe not. Can't really do too much on the left. Attacks the mech on the mountain. Alright. Decides not to attack into the artillery. Actually, that's probably the better choice, honestly. Still cannot capture this contested property, so Jacqueline Man does have a little bit far behind. He's a 3k behind with no seeming end in sight. Doesn't look like he can cap anything else in the near term, so Danger Zach looks like he's going to have an income lead for quite a while now. 3K is nothing to sneeze at. And here comes Zach. Zach's attack. Not going too crazy. Actually inviting it on the artillery. That's a little curious to me. I don't know why. If you're going to retreat, bring back the artillery. I don't know why. I mean, I like the tank sitting in the middle, but seems a little dubious to have that artillery sitting on a road like that. I mean, Jacqueline's going to hit it for sure. For sure. I mean, he's got tech ups, too. He's got his own medium tank. He can strike that with his medium tank. Or just a normal tank, I suppose. Finishes it off. You need to be careful here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1. Oh, he can't reach the forest, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, he can. What am I talking about? You can reach the forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he can't. Why can't I count half the time? Cannot reach that medium tank, thankfully. Unless some weird high society shit happens. But it's not. He's retreating. He's probably going to build a Neo tank on his weak side, if I had to guess. Just judging how things are going. Capturing over there. So you want, if you're capturing and a Winter Fury is coming, you want to like avoid that. So I'd withdraw. I would retreat a bit and not encourage any fights. Because you want to capture that in peace. Get a nice juicy 5k income advantage. Oof. That's pretty damn strong 5k. Even facing Olaf, like you might want to stall a little bit even with that much of an income advantage, especially in Live League, where there's a 30-day limit. Whoever has the most properties at the end of 30 days wins. Doesn't matter how big your properties, how big your army is, how many kills you've gotten, how many properties you have determines the game. And it's looking like Zach is running away with it for now, but never underestimate the Winter Fury. But High Society is on. It's on the prowl. Will he pop at this turn? The High Society, honestly, I would probably think about it because, I mean, if you don't, then he's going to get Winter Fury before. I don't know. We'll see what he does. I don't know if there's that many trades to make, though. I mean, you could definitely one-shot that tank with a High Society. And here it comes, folks. The first High Society. Let's see what wonky trades we can see here. That's easily a one-shot. Attacking the medium tank. He easily one-shots either of these tanks, but instead, with an 8 HP tank, attacks a medium tank, does 3 damage. That's going to be a one-shot. That's going to be a one-shot. That's going to be a one-shot. Honestly, he should have captured this before doing High Society, because that would give you an extra 3% firepower. I don't know what this is. That's just dead. Bye-bye. Tank attacking a copter from a comm tower. I've never seen that. 4 damage. Okay, not a terrible trade. That is a one-shot. Medium tank sadly cannot reach. Going to sit on the city. Infantry attacking a tank only does 1 damage. I thought it might do 2. But these are some pretty strong rolls. That's a one-shot, and that's a one-shot. A lot of one-shots. 1, 1, 1. Everything is just melting from this High Society. That he just melted the whole army. He ran out of time. He was having too much fun with the High Society. But the great equalizer of everything in Advanced Wars, global damage is here. Winter Fury, right ahead, 50,000 ahead right now, but only 20,000 ahead now. And by the end of the turn, I'm pretty sure Jack Lee Man will be ahead. In unit value, that is. Kills off the copter. Oof. These things are strong, yo. Things are strong, yo. Finishes off the infantry there. Tries to finish off the copter. Like I said, the great equalizer. Now equal on unit count and ahead on unit value. That's like I'm telling you, global damage is the great equalizer. However, there is some nice counterattacks for Zach. Actually, there's not really. What am I talking about? He has to retreat basically everywhere. And he's going to lose his precious village that he worked so hard for the whole game to keep. I told you. You can't hold on to that shit. You can't hold on to that shit. It's not contested. It's not contested. Even as Olaf, the wimpier CO, not contested. So he has to retreat with his tail between his legs. And now Jack Lee Man is on the prowl. Gets the cap, has to retreat from the Neo tank though. Double Neo tanks, by the way. Double golf balls. I'm thinking bomber at this point. When I see double Neo tanks or double medium tanks, I usually go bomber. Has enough money for it. We'll have to base skip. maybe wants to combine a tank or something and or combine some infantry, but I definitely would build a bomber here. And honestly, with all these rivers and sea tiles, I think a bomber's not a bad call at all. You're gonna have to address those neotanks somehow, and I don't think a neotank to neotank fight is the way to address it. You need to pass some good bomber play. Nice find here. Is unable to stop the cap, but it's still a really good find. I prefer actually killing that tank to stopping the cap right there. We'll see what he does. He can't escape, so if he builds a bomber, he cannot build from here. He has to build from here, else the tank will sit on top of it and probably do some shenanigans. So if he bomber base skips, he has to base skip from the other bases. Will he get a bomber? Probably not. He's going to buy a copter and some other units this turn, and then following turn save up for a bomber. Okay, never mind. He base skips for a neotank. Okay. Here comes the big boy. He wants his proppy back. He's got 2 neotanks to have it his way. I mean, these guys are just dead men walking, but that's cool. Still looking pretty good for Zach, though. I still think he has an advantage. I mean, he's had 5k income advantage the entirety of the game, which is not to be ignored. Neotank actually is like, nah, I'm getting the hell out of there. Oh, blunder by the Zach man. Boosh. This anti-air is now completely locking. There's no tank even in range, so no more air units for little old Zacky Poo. Just like that. Jackley Man. Oh, and he's taking control over here as well. Jackley Man with the responding threat. This is a good turn for Jackley Man. He's looking pretty good now. Just like that. The tides are turning. And he's ahead 6 units. He's ahead on time. He's ahead on unit count. He's only behind on income. He's behind 4k now instead of 5. If he captures this in the long term, he'll only be behind 2k, since he's only behind 4k now. Builds an artillery. He's saving up definitely for a bomber. Urban Blight comes in, though. Stops the cap over there. Does not want to allow that cap. Unfortunately, he has these 2 neotanks, but nothing to capture the properties afterwards. So that's another thing in Advanced Wars. You're fighting to capture properties. If you have a huge battle going on and nothing to show for the result, what's the point of fighting for it? You fight for your infantry to capture properties. You don't fight for the hell of it. You want to have infantry to fight alongside these neotanks. But, oh, looking a little dicey over here. Luckily for him, not quite able to sit on that base. But those neotanks are scary, yeah. Honestly, if I'm Jackley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might attack that and then build another Neo. Then you have the chain from the city. Bring this copter over there. That could be pretty good. I wonder if he'll do it. I think he alternatively... No, he cannot quite reach that. That would be pretty epic, actually. Or he can just force this down the throat. And I don't think he's going to be able to guarantee that hit. The only issue is it's not going to do as much damage because the power is active. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He saw the same thing I saw. It's not a terrible move, honestly. The only issue is now you have to retreat here because this medium tank has no answer. So, should not be capturing that. Should not be doing anything with these tanks. Okay, I mean, okay. Gonna get away with the property there. That's not terrible, I guess. Gonna be losing some value, but ooh, I like this little block, though. I like this block. 1, 2, yeah, can't get around it. I really do like this block. I didn't even see that. That's a nice little block right there. Good find by the Jackster. He will steal the property. And that neotank's going to die to the copter plus the 7 HP plus the Winter Fury. So this is going to be a strong turn for Jackley, man. These guys are having a field day over here. These tanks are just like chilling. I mean, okay. You attack first and then you can kill it. Yeah, okay, that's fine, actually. That's fine. Although maybe yeah, okay, whatever. You'll still kill this with 4 HP. So yeah, I said the wrong thing. It's still good. It's all good. Boom, attacking the artillery range. Okay. Front shifting. I think that's actually not so bad. Goodbye. Boosh. And Jackley, man, he's looking pretty damn good. I mean, he's behind on income, but he's only behind 2k now. And he's got a lot of strong units now. He's got 3 medium tanks and 2 neo tanks, compared to 3 medium tanks and 2 neo tanks. Actually, they're dead equal, aren't they? Oh, okay. Cool. Everyone's happy then. Oh, that sucks though. That sucks though. I did not like that attack, but I didn't realize even with the snow that still reaches. That's not a good trade. It looks like Jack Layman is getting close to being able to recapture. Unfortunately, because of the snow, cannot capture that property yet, but very soon will. Neotank retreats. Copter needs to front shift away now because that anti-air covers everything. Jack Layman just needs to capture one more property. Ideally, this one right here. The Neotank is not quite in range. I would have loved a bomber, but sadly, it's too late for the bomber now. He is airport locked. So, got to build the air units while you can, but ooh, gonna get that without an Urban Blight, so I think he's gonna pop an Urban Blight, because then Jack Layman will be tied for income. Ooh. Captures the property. Ooh, that's an interesting first strike. I mean, you do what? 3? You lose 2 or 3? Okay, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Not using the Urban Blight, saving up. Saving up for the high society again. We know we love our high society. Goes for the kill there. Gets the kill on the Neotank. That's a very interesting setup. Might work. Neotank's probably going to finish off the other one. Thing is, this high society is not going to be as strong. Why? Because he lost 2 more properties. So that's another 6% firepower taken away. However, I will note, he was smart. This is completely underrated. He captured the lab, which gives you just as much as a normal property. So a city and a lab give you the same 3% bonus for high society. So even capturing these useless labs, I mean, you have an HQ, they don't even matter. That's still another 3%. He could have captured this back one, did not. Did capture this other one. So that's 6% extra. That's pretty big deal. 6% extra firepower. Every single superpower is quite strong. So let's see if that matters. We know it's coming. Here it is. And you guys know it's coming by now. You know it's coming by now. There is a copter staring down an anti-air in front of a comm tower. Shall we? Beats the anti-air. 8-2. Imagine he didn't lose this property and the other property. I bet that thing goes to 1 or dies. Woo! Damn, that's strong. Damn, that tank attacking a medium tank, not even on a city. Okay, that's just bad. If it was on a city, sure, but that's not even on a city. Zach, my man, that's a one shot. That's dead. Don't think you can break through that, though. Oh, okay. Get knocked down the... Oh, okay. Interesting. Easy one shot. One shot. All right. I mean, you attack into this. I bet the Neotank takes 1 damage. Nah, it probably doesn't, but... That was pretty dang strong. However, I mean, Jack Layman's down to 14 units. Wimpy amount of... He needs a Winter Fury this turn. If he can get it this turn, he's kind of screwed. I think he will with the Neotank attack, though. He's got to attack with the Neotank, right? He's got to get that Winter Fury. He's got to get that Winter Fury. Is it enough? It is. I think if he attacked from the city, it would not have been enough. That's why he had attacked from the plains to ensure that he gets it. Really needed that Winter Fury. Here it comes. He's grasping on straws. Look how little his unit value is. Ugh. The Jack Layman is fighting onward. We're at day 23. There's only 30 days, remember. Only 30 days. Ooh, buddy. One more. Things are starting to matter even more on the cap front. Jack Lee needs to stop that cap at minimum. Ooh, that's a nice hit right there. He stopped that cap, but this one hasn't stopped, which means he needs to capture both of these. I think the labs count too. So if there's a tiebreaker, you need to capture this lab. So he should be capturing the labs. Honestly, they're not only for high society, these are going to win the game. So those labs actually matter. If he gets the day limit at least. Jack Lee, I hope he realizes that. So now, Sweet Danger. Oh, that's a terrible trade. He's just going for the kills on the units now, or weakening the infantry. He knows there's only 5 days left. Can Jack Lee go in time? He does have this over here, but there is Urban Blights looming. There is an Urban Blight blooming, and he's going to use it this turn, no doubt. This is enough. Here comes the Urban Blight. It's going to stop that cap. Okay, not a terrible trade. He really likes tacking tanks to, like, heavy units. Very interesting. Ooh, look at this. Boom. I mean, that's not high society. If that was high society, that's KO'd. But it's an Urban Blight, so. I mean, there's only 3 days left. Well, 4 days left after this. And not only does Jacqueline Man have to capture that, he also has to capture, like, a lab or another property. I mean, if he captures one of these, if he captures this property and this property, he might win. He might win. He's got the infantry. He's got the infantry. He just needs to handle these copters. Can he do it? And also needs to prevent these from getting flipped as well. Can he prevent that? Okay. He needs to attack the infantry, though. Okay, he does. He does. Needed that. But I don't know. I don't think he can capture enough in time. He really needs to capture quicker. I think those labs are going to do it. Those labs might be the difference maker. I think those labs are going to be the difference maker, guys. They have equal. So even if he captures this, he's got 1 more lab, 2 more labs. So they're equal right now. He needs to capture 2 labs. If he had captured this and this, oh my God. If he captured those 2 and he captured this, he would win. I don't know. I think those labs are going to win. And people thought the labs were useless. I think I even mentioned at the beginning of the game they were useless. I take that back. I think that's going to... Winter Fury... he needs like a T-copter. Something is going on here. I don't even know what is going on with that HQ. It's like a transformer or some shit. I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to know what's going on there. Jacqueline Man just ended his turn, I guess. Or what happened there? No, Sweet Danger. Zach decided not to move. I just won. Okay. Wow. Wow, the labs mattered. The Urban Blight didn't matter that much. It was all about the high society. And how about that Copter 8-2? And that was after he lost a few properties. The high society is strong, especially when there's all these juicy little labs that also give you a boost. Labs give you a boost. The HQ gives you a boost. Comm towers give you a boost. Everything gives you a boost, basically. Whew. That was cinema right there. And Jacqueline Man, he was so close. If only he captured this early on, and he captured this early on, it would have been a tie. And maybe even a win if he was able to capture this or something else. So, don't forget your labs, children. Anyway, hope you guys were entertained. Hope you guys learned something. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.